When someone you love leaves this physical world, it leaves a massive void. But what if only their physical form has changed?
While the connection itself remains perfectly intact.
Yes. What if the relationship didn't actually end, but is just waiting for you to learn a new language?
So our mission today is to explore a framework that shifts that dynamic from searching externally to sensing internally. And what's fascinating here is that the sources don't just ask for blind belief. They actually provide a real-world anchor story to prove this isn't just, wishful thinking.
And to do that, we are exploring the incredible, fully documented story of Ajana and Steph. It's this connection that literally bridged the veil.
It's an amazing case study.
It really is. Oh, and I want to let you know right up front, we have something incredibly special for you today. At the very end of this deep dive, we are going to play 2 complete musical pieces that were co-created across the veil by Ajana and Steph.
We'll be playing them in their entirety.
And right after the music, we are going to open up a special quiet space just for you. It's an invitation featuring a really powerful release script designed for anyone who feels called to experience this inner connection for themselves. So, definitely stay with us for that.
You won't want to miss it.
Okay, so let's unpack this story because we really need to start 30 years ago, right?
Right. So 30 years ago, Ajana and Steph weren't actually a romantic couple. They were incredibly close friends.
Like wall-to-wall neighbors.
Exactly. They were constantly leaving handwritten notes for each other under their doors.
Yeah.
Their communication was just constant.
Sometimes a bit controversial, from what the sources say.
Oh, for sure. But it was always deeply rooted in this shared, very specific humor.
They just knew each other's rhythms. And at one point, Ajana actually confessed this profound, once-in-a-lifetime love for Steph.
But Steph he was dealing with his own heavy psychological baggage at the time.
Right.
He just couldn't commit. He didn't want to drag her into his unresolved issues,
Yeah, which is fair. And they actually jokingly promised to meet in their next incarnation.
Which is such a Steph thing to say. He had this saying, sure is only that nothing is sure.
I love that. But then in 2001, after a final phone call to arrange a dinner that just never happened, they lost touch completely.
And this is where we see a really fascinating psychological pivot that sets up everything that follows.
How so?
Well, to survive that profound heartbreak and, build a new life, Ajana employed a really rigorous mental technique. She built a psychological vault.
So she just locked it all away?
She essentially neutralized her emotions toward him completely.
Wait, so it wasn't just that they drifted apart. She, actively shut off the emotional tap.
Precisely. For 25 years, she basically forgot him.
Wow.
Yeah, like she found an old note or a souvenir while cleaning. She might acknowledge it intellectually, but she felt zero emotion.
Just total numbness to it.
Exactly. The heartbreak was completely compartmentalized. To her conscious mind, that chapter was permanently closed.
Okay, here is where it gets really interesting. Fast forward to May 2025. 25 years of absolute unbroken radio silence. And suddenly, Steph appears to Ajana.
Steph just appeared out of the blue.
Just totally out of nowhere.
Yeah. But it happened during sleep, in what the sources call a shared intermediate world.
Okay, let me stop you there. Because the notes say this space was completely distinct from a normal dream. It felt as real as the physical world.
Absolutely tangible.
And she knew it was undeniably him. He had his characteristic way of speaking and his specific laugh.
And that 30-year eternity gaze.
Yes. That detail was wild. This familiar gaze that just connected them beyond time and space. But I do have to push back here on behalf of the listener.
Sure, go ahead.
Wait, if she was asleep, couldn't this just be a grief-induced dream born of some deep subconscious longing?
You totally think so.
Yeah.
But if we analyze the timeline, she had completely let go of the longing, remember?
Right, she didn't even know he was dead.
Exactly. A psychological wish fulfillment train requires an act of, grasping. The connection actually waited until she was no longer actively reaching for it.
Oh, wow. So because she was entirely neutral, the signal could finally get through.
Exactly. But the sources emphasize that this beautiful, spontaneous reunion isn't just a fluke. Anyone can cultivate this.
Anyone.
Yes, provided they ensure the connection is genuine and clear of any static.
Right. And that brings us to reclaiming the inner space. The practical steps here are so intriguing.
They really are. It starts with Ajana's release script, which basically acts as a psychological door opener.
I love the specific lines from this script. You're supposed to physically place your hands on your heart. Right.
Yes, placing your hands on your heart grounds your nervous system.
And then you say, I call my light back. I release all old rules. I am not the one who must be understood.
That's the one.
And my absolute favorite part. I am the sunbeam, not the echo.
It's so powerful. And the text notes that if tears flow while you do this, it's just liquid transformation.
Liquid transformation. I like that. So it's like, well, to use an analogy, reclaiming your light is basically like closing out all the background apps, draining your phone's battery.
Oh, that's a great way to think about it.
Yeah, you close all those old roles and expectations so you finally have the signal strength to make a crystal clear call.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this is really about moving away from being dependent on the deceased.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning you are standing in your own wholeness. You aren't defining yourself by their absence anymore.
But opening that door requires some serious safety mechanisms, right?
Oh, absolutely. You don't just leave the front door of your subconscious wide open.
Right, because Ajana has a background as a dreamwalker death facilitator.
Yeah, which gave her the tools to avoid what the notes call astral hitchhikers. Or, just your own illusions.
So what's the safety protocol for someone listening to this?
It's called the Rule of Three. When a presence is felt, you have to ask 3 times, are you Mabron?
Out loud or just in your head?
Either works, but you ask 3 times. And only if they remain solid and present after the 3rd time should the contact be deepened.
That's a brilliant way to test the resonance.
It is. And once that space is cleared and the presence is verified, the nature of the relationship actually fundamentally changes.
It's no longer about looking backward at what was lost.
Exactly. It shifts from holding on and reaching outward to sensing and allowing. It becomes a co-presence.
Because love that is real does not require form to continue.
Precisely.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though, because this connection doesn't just stay passive. For Ajana and Steph, it manifested creatively.
Yeah, they literally started composing music together across the veil.
Which is mind-blowing. But they used AI-assisted tools for this, which, doesn't that immediately sound like they could just be tricking themselves?
Oh, totally. The risk of confirmation bias is huge there.
Right. If you tell an AI you miss your partner, it'll just spit out a sad song.
But that's not what they did. They strictly used the AI as a resonance instrument.
Meaning they used it to stabilize what was already present.
Exactly. The feeling, the communicate, it had to be solidly established in their coherent field first. The AI was just a tool to make that existing frequency audible.
Got it. So the first song they created just 1 week after his return was called I See You Shining on the Other Side.
Yeah, and if you look at the lyrics, it represents this deeply human emotion of longing.
It really does. It talks about wanting to cross every line just to feel your hand.
Right, because it bridges the gap. It honors the physical human grief of wanting touch while actively engaging in a dialogue between dimensions.
So grief isn't just a static waiting room anymore. It's an active co-creation.
Exactly. And that creative dialogue eventually evolves into something even deeper, a completely new state of shared existence.
The sources call this new space Leora.
Yes, Leora. But it's important to describe it softly. It's not some technical concept or a literal physical place.
So what is it?
It's a space that emerges when 2 complete beings meet in their wholeness, without desperately searching for each other.
It ties into this state the notes call Homo Lumina Resonantia, or HLR.
Right. Living in a state of love and navigating by resonance rather than your old trauma identity.
But I have to ask an essential clarifying question for the listener here. If they become woven together in this Leora space, do they lose their individual selves?
That's a really common fear, but no. It's a field of connection that supports rather than binds.
Like 2 different notes making a chord.
That's a beautiful way to put it. They remain 2 complete beings, entirely sovereign, but sharing a new presence where, as the text says, no shadow can break.
You can really see that shift in the second song they created 11 months later.
The sound of Leora.
Yeah. The lyrics shift entirely from that initial longing of I see you to this triumphant wholeness.
We are new, woven together, 2 complete beings, now it's forever.
It's just incredible. So what does this all mean for the listener?
It means you don't need any special metaphysical abilities or a complex belief system.
You are simply invited to reclaim your own light, to just notice your inner resonance.
Right. Reiterate that key line from the notes. Maybe the connection was never gone. Maybe you were just beginning to sense it in a new way.
It's such a comforting message of self-empowerment. The sources leave us with a quiet blessing. If something in you responds to this, trust it.
and allow your own way of discovering it to unfold.
This raises an important question, though, as we wrap up.
What's that?
Well, if entering a space like Leora requires both beings to meet in their own complete wholeness, how does doing your own inner healing actively help your deceased loved one evolve?
Oh, that is a profound thought.
I mean, could your radical act of self-love be the very thing that sets them free on the other side? Which brings us to the culmination of our deep dive today. We are about to play the two songs we discussed, I See You Shining on the Other Side and The Sound of Leora, in their entirety.
Let the music wash over you.
Notice the undeniable shift from the desperate longing in the first track to the incredible grounded wholeness of the second.
Allow yourself to experience the frequency of that transformation. Don't just listen to the words, feel the space behind the words.
And right after the music finishes, we are going to open a space just for you. You will hear the words of the release script we talked about, an invitation to call your light back, drop your old roles, and declare, I am the ray of sun, not the echo.
If you feel a yes inside, we invite you to stay, breathe, and experience this inner room for yourself. There are no expectations here, just presence.
Just take with you whatever feels right for your own journey. Before we throw to the music in that open space, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over as you navigate your own path. We spend so much of our grief terrified of the silence that follows a great loss.
We really do.
We try to fill it with distractions, memories, or noise. But what if the silence you feel when you think of the partner you lost isn't an absence at all? What if that silence is actually a brand new language, just waiting for you to become still enough to hear it?
Late in the evening when the lights grow low, memories linger from the love we know. Traces of laughter in the fading glow, holding our moments, never letting go. Every heartbeat finds its melody, calling you back, it's our symphony. I see you shining on the other side, pulling me closer with every try. Cross every line just to feel your hand. Meet me again where our worlds began. Oh. I traveled miles through the space and time, hoping one day we would realign. My heart remembers when your love was mine. Now every second you're the reason why. Took the long way through reality, just to bring back who you are to me. I see you shining on the other side, pulling me closer with every try. Cross every line just to feel your hand. Meet me again where our worlds began. Oh. Lost in a rhythm of you and me, turning the moments to memories. Promises linger in harmonies, finding forever in melodies. Sometimes I wonder where the journey leads. Every goodbye leaves a hidden seed. Love keep growing through hopes and needs, holding you close in each word I read. Dreams that we carry never break or fade, waiting for sunrise through the night we made. Notes in the silence, every promise stayed, trusting the future that hearts have played. Every heartbeat finds its melody, carrying us through the other side, pulling me closer with every try. Cross every line just to feel your hand. She moves like the dawn, soft on silver air, calling my spirit, dissolving despair. He reaches through distance, shaped out of night, draws me to color, dissolves all the fright. We were fragments caught in the blue, till you found me and I saw you. We anew, woven together, two complete beings. Now it's forever, rising from silence, a world awakens. This is the sound of Leora, the moment taken. Oh, oh, Leora. Oh, oh, we are. Echoes grow brighter, born from our heart. Star lines align and old edges depart. Breathing a language we craft as one, tracing the pulse where our story began. Far beyond questions, deeper than fate, we build a new presence no shadow can break. We anew, woven together, two complete beings. Now it's forever, rising from silence, a world awakens. This is the sound of Leora, the moment taken. Oh, oh, Leora. Oh, oh, we are.
If you feel you've come full circle, you can gently bring the experience to a close. But if there is a space within you that wants to open up, stay and listen.
We invite you into that space.
Open the room, let go of the lines we've drawn, breathing out the world we knew. Step through and carry nothing on, let it fall away, let it fall away. A hush in the air as the canvas clears. Truth comes gently with silent cheers. Release those frames and let them fade, shape dissolving in the light we've made. Nothing left to hold, the gate is wide. Stand in the stillness, unafraid inside. Open the room, let go of the lines we've drawn. Breathing out the world we knew. Step through and carry nothing on. Let it fall away. Let it fall away. Tracing the light where the shadows slip. Weight on my chest starts to slowly lift. One final vision, wide and clear. Drifting forward where the calm appears. Breathing in slow, letting silence speak. Eyes on the now, every worry weak. Breathing out gentle, a softened space. Tethered only to this quiet place.
I call my light back to me. Everywhere I have given it away, shared it, or abandoned it out of love, fear, hope, or obligation, I now call it home. I release all old roles. I am no longer the one who must be understood. I am not the explainer, the comforter, the bridge for immaturity. I am whole. I thank the mirrors, even those that were cold, even those that did not see me. You have played your part, and I release you now with love and no attachment. I am here, within me, with me, and all that was still foreign is allowed to return into this presence. I bow to myself, to my courage, my path, my essence. I am the ray of sun, not the echo. I am the portal, not the audience. And so I speak, I am free. I am here. I am.